What if I told you that the way you respond to your child today is literally shaping how their brain will handle stress, relationships, and emotions for the rest of their life? Not their toys, not their school, but their relationship with you. This is called secure attachment, and it's one of the most powerful forces in human development. What does secure attachment actually means? When people hear secure attachment, they often imagine perfect parenting, a calm parent, a perfectly behaved child, no yelling, no conflict. But that's not what secure attachment means. Secure attachment simply means this: a child experiences their caregiver as a reliable, emotional, safe place. Not perfect, but available. When a child feels scared, overwhelmed, hurt, or confused, their brain asks one question: is someone here who can help me feel safe again? When the answer is yes, most of the time, the brain builds a powerful internal belief: the world is safe, and when things go wrong, I'm not alone. That belief becomes the foundation for emotional health. Think about this for a moment. When your child cries, melts down, or runs to you for comfort, they are not just asking for help at that moment. They are building their entire emotional blueprint for life. Let's see what happens inside the brain. Secure attachment doesn't just affect emotions, it literally shapes the brain. Research in developmental psychology and neuroscience shows that early relationships influence the development of the amygdala, fear and threat detection, prefrontal cortex, self-control and decision-making, and stress regulation systems. When a child is comforted by a calm caregiver, their nervous system learns something essential: big feelings can settle. Over time, the brain begins to copy this pattern. This is how children slowly learn to regulate themselves. But here's the key insight: children cannot regulate themselves first. They regulate through you. This process is called co-regulation, and it's the foundation of secure attachment. Have you ever noticed how a child's meltdown sometimes gets worse when the adult becomes frustrated or overwhelmed? That's because children's nervous systems are constantly reading the emotional signals of the adults around them. Your calm becomes their calm. Your stress becomes their stress. Not because they're manipulative, because their brains are still under construction. Now let's say out loud: secure attachment is not spoiling. Many parents worry that responding too quickly to their child's emotions will spoil them. But research shows the opposite. When children consistently experience responsive caregiving, they actually become more independent over time. Why? Because safety creates confidence. When a child knows, if something goes wrong, someone will help me, their brain feels safe enough to explore. Secure attachment produces children who are more resilient, more confident, better at managing emotions, and better at relationships. Later in life, security doesn't create dependence. Security creates courage. So the real question is not, am I making my child too dependent? The real question is, am I giving them the safety they need to become independent later? Let's take a look what secure attachment looks like in real life. Secure attachment is not built during perfect moments. It's built in ordinary daily interactions. For example, your child falls and starts crying. A secure attachment moment sounds like, I see that hurt. Come here. Your child is scared at night. You sit with them for a moment and say, I'm right here. You're safe. Your child has a meltdown because the blue cup is missing. Instead of immediately correcting them, you acknowledge their feeling. You really wanted the blue one. That's frustrating. These moments might seem small, but to a child's brain, they are incredibly powerful signals. My feelings make sense. Someone understands me. I am safe with this person. Ask yourself this: when your child is overwhelmed, do they feel like they have to handle it alone? Or do they feel like someone is beside them? That difference shapes the nervous system. Here is the most important truth about secure attachment, something that every parent needs to hear. Secure attachment is not about getting it right every time. In fact, research shows something surprising. Parents only need to respond sensitively about 30 to 50% of the time to build secure attachment. What matters most is something else. Repair. When mistakes happen, when you yell, get frustrated, or respond poorly, going back and reconnecting teaches the child something incredibly powerful. Relationships can break, and they can also heal. That lesson becomes one of the most important emotional skills a child will ever learn. So the goal is not perfection. The goal is connection, again and again. Let's continue to the long-term impact of secure attachment. Children who grow up with secure attachment tend to develop stronger emotional regulation, healthier friendships, better problem solving, lower anxiety, stronger self-esteem. And later in life, they are more likely to build stable, trusting relationships, because the first relationship they ever experienced taught them something fundamental. People can be safe. So, the next time your child comes to you upset, overwhelmed, or scared, remember, they're not just asking for help in that moment. They're asking something much deeper. Is the world safe? Am I safe with you? And every time you respond with presence, patience, or repair, you're not just calming a moment. You're helping build the emotional foundation of a healthy brain. If you found this helpful, you may also want to learn about co-regulation, because it's the skill that makes secure attachment possible.